The White House is reacting to a new jobs report this morning showing the lowest gain since 2020. This as President Biden travels to several battleground states this afternoon. For many, that's become the one to watch. We're talking, of course, about Pennsylvania. CBS News White House reporter Willie James Inman is live from the White House this morning. So, Willie James, what is the White House saying about the jobs report?
Hey there, Vlad. Good to be with you. Well, the White House isn't necessarily celebrating this jobs report that showed that the U.S. economy added some 12,000 jobs. Analysts expected over 100,000 jobs to be added to the monthly numbers. And the president reacting to this, as you see in your screen there, he said in October, unemployment was unchanged at 4.1%. And he goes on to say how hurricanes Milton and Helene affected the U.S. economy. On top of that, the strikes that you just mentioned there, those Boeing strikes, affected the U.S. economy as well. So the jobs numbers aren't as robust as the White House anticipated that they should be. The president went on to say that he expects that the numbers will be better in November. And he also mentioned the job numbers overall, adding some 16 million jobs since he has been president of the United States. So not celebration, so to speak, but the president talking about the overall picture of the U.S. economy as we head to Election Day, Vlad.
So let's talk about something else, Willie. The garbage gate or the apostrophe gate. The Associated Press is now reporting that the transcript of the president's comments featuring that word was edited, that an apostrophe was added to the word garbage. The supervisor there who's responsible for the White House transcripts says it's a breach of protocol. Can you break that down for our viewers? Because this is an election with consequential, the effects of this election will be consequential, and now we're at this point where we're debating about apostrophes.
Yeah, that's right. The president used the word supporters. We heard the president on a video say that word, but the White House released a transcript saying that he was referring to supporters, meaning the possessive form, an apostrophe S. It's particularly one supporter of the president, the former president, I should note. We have that up on our screen, that Associated Press reporting, but this all stems from that rally over the weekend at Madison Square Garden where a comedian referred to Puerto Rico as an island of floating garbage, essentially, and President Biden was responding to that in a campaign event that was recorded on Zoom or perhaps some other type of platform. But the president essentially said something along the lines of former President Donald Trump's, the only garbage he sees is former President Donald Trump's supporters. But the White House noted that the president sent out a tweet explaining what he meant, in that he was referring to that one particular comedian, not Donald Trump supporters as a whole. And we do have a response from the White House. Deputy White House Press Secretary Andrew Bates, he essentially said that he doubled down and said that the president was referring to this particular person. He said, quote, the president confirmed in his tweet on Tuesday evening that he was addressing the hateful rhetoric from the comedian at Trump's Madison Square Garden rally. That was reflected in the transcript. So the White House not coming out and saying outright that they altered this word, but according to Associated Press reporting, that is what happened here. According to that reporting, that apostrophe was added. And I'll note for our viewers at home that this is a little bit of a process. You have the stenographers typically in the room during White House press briefings, and they record everything. And so it goes to a transcript, it goes to the National Archives. It's usually a process, but they're saying that that process wasn't followed, that the press office changed that word, added that apostrophe before they could make any type of edits, Vlad.
All right, Willie James Inman, thank you. Appreciate it. And a reminder, stay with CBS News for all-day coverage on Election Day. We'll have live reports from our election headquarters in New York and from our team spread out across the country. And remember, special coverage starts at 4 p.m. Eastern right here on CBS News 24/7.